Well, the COVID crisis has caused havoc for our small businesses, but there is financial help and advice out there to help owners through these tough times. To guide us through how a business advisor can help and what is on offer financially, we're joined now by businesswoman and advisor Catherine Sherwood, Director of The Engine. Welcome back, Catherine. Great to see you.
Thanks, Carly. Thank you. It's nice to be back.
Catherine, from your dealings with small businesses over the last few really troublesome months, what are the main issues that they're dealing with?
Well, Carly, it's really an interesting question because we've actually found that a lot of businesses didn't have any centralisation for external access for information. There's a lot of increased stress, not knowing their cash flow position, not prepared to operate digitally. And many have now employment issues by just merely not operating in the requirements of the law and using COVID as an excuse.
Yeah, Catherine, what kind of help then is available to business owners right now to help them navigate, the next few months and what's been the storm of COVID?
Well, actually, there's quite a lot of help available right now. Having an experienced advisor is really like hot topic, and the government has provided funding through the Regional Business Partner program. There's up to $5,000 per business for getting access to a business advisor like myself or the Engine. There's also tax pooling opportunities available for provisional tax and also different funding options for businesses like invoice funding through people like Scottish Pacific.
Okay, you mentioned an advisor. Is this like your lawyer or an accountant? Is this a business advisor?
Well, it's actually interesting that you should say that. No, as a director of any type of company, you've got obligations to your company and shareholders and responsibilities under the Companies Act. Most of the time, businesses turn to an expert accountant or lawyer, but the business owner must always remain in control as the risk sits entirely with them. It's not enough to say now that your accountant or your lawyer know. It's up to you as a business owner. There are many businesses that are still operating that don't understand their numbers. They've never done forecasts and they don't know where to start. An experienced advisor brings you that long-term mentality, and a good advisor will help you understand and strive to help you to get those goals and get on track and stay on track.
Sheesh, this is a real wake-up call. In our household, we run two small businesses, and I certainly don't have a business advisor. So tell me, why a business advisor and not a consultant?
Well, Carly, you might want to apply for some of that funding for yourself. But look, almost a decade ago, I had an advisor, and he basically took me aside and he said, Catherine, I'm going to give you 10 words. And he said, if it is to be, it is up to me. And what he was really saying was, to me as an entrepreneur, I've got bigger responsibilities and I can't just be, doing the fun ideas. I needed to be open to being educated with better practices. And I needed to be doing that work. A business advisor builds management capability so the business owner can carry on in the business. Whereas a consultant, they have a place in the business, but they mostly do the work. As an advisor, and people laugh at this, in fact, I had one client who said to me, hey, why don't you put on a swimsuit? Because I say that I actually swim in the pool with them, and then I jump out, and I swim with them, and I jump back out. And what I mean by that is I don't just sit on the sideline saying, this is what you've got to do. I get in and help them do it with them.
So tell me some of the other benefits that there are to have an outside business advisor.
Well, it's really interesting. You should always look to get outside opinion from anybody. I mean, if you're in a business, you only know what you know, and also experience. When you're on the inside and you're trying tactic after tactic, you're hoping it works and it doesn't, and you start to kind of question yourself. But a good business advisory company like ourselves, the Engine or other advisory companies, they've helped hundreds and hundreds of businesses. They've faced adversity themselves and they've walked in your shoes. You don't have to have someone who's in the industry. In fact, I say to people, it's better to have someone that will respect your working style, but challenge your thinking. A good thing about the Engine is you get varied experience and collaboration with the whole team. And most importantly, you get a plan, a roadmap. So it's like getting in a car and going on a trip. You've got to know where you go before you get in the car and get to the top of the driveway. So most importantly, you'll be able to focus and get that work-life balance that you're hoping for.
Oh, that sounds really exciting. Nice. I always like to have a good plan. Just don't know why I don't have any in my business. If any small business owner is watching right now and feeling that they just don't have time to learn new tricks right now, they've been homeschooling, they're pivoting, they're just trying to pay their bills, they're stuck and they don't know where to turn, what is your advice? What is something that they could do right now?
Yeah, well, look, Carly, they need to just stop and take a breath. I mean, you really do need to be working on your business, not in your business. And it's like buying a house. You know, we all put our due diligence into buying a house before we spend the money. Well, here we are investing time and money in a business, and then we're not actually putting the time in to look after that investment. So working on your business is so important, and more so now to do that, you know, before it's too late. Turn to a trusted and experienced person as a sounding board. And my best advice is please don't use Facebook forums to make business decisions. Facebook forums are designed to get the thinking going, but you know, if you make a decision and you say I made that decision based on what somebody said on Facebook, it isn't going to fly. But you know, go and see an accountant or a lawyer with what you're hearing on that forum. And also, if you don't want an advisor right now, we actually have a membership at the Engine, and it's a taxable business expense. So from $72 a month, you can actually get our business membership with the Engine, which will give you support, savings, and resources, you know, all at hand.
Well, Catherine, you mentioned that businesses can get funding for your services. That's music to small business ears right now. What does that entail?
Well, Carly, right now, if your business needs advice and support to develop a strategy and plans, now's the time to act. Carly, we've got a simple application process businesses can follow. They can reach out to one of our advisors on our website by phone or email and have a chat. Full funding up to $5,000 is available across the country for those businesses registered for GST, financially sound, and have fewer than 50 employees. However, the funding's not endless. Act now, it would be the best decision that you'll make in your business.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Great advice.
Thanks, Carly. Hope to basically have your application coming through soon.
Absolutely. And to get in touch with Catherine and her team at The Engine, just go to the website theengine.biz.